Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we are live every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. Mostly drunk. Never mandatory, but always encouraged. I am joined by my incredibly vocalized brother, as always. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing great, man. And I just want to say hello to all you beautiful nerds. And if you're out there right now, I want you to do me a favor. Like, subscribe, hit that button. We appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to Rachel V. Shout out to Morgan. Then shout out to anybody else out there that's a member if you're watching. And shout out to you if you're not a member. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's okay.
How you doing,
totally
Alex?
Fine.
I never ask you how you doing. I usually don't care.
I am doing splendid. I am so excited because we have a great show for you guys tonight. I say that every night, but every other night I'm lying. Tonight I'm telling the truth. We
definitely been lying the last like 4 or 5 weeks. Talking about monarch and goddamn.
Talk about what? Monarch. Oh, okay.
Hey, you shut it, Terry. You shut your clone ass up, Terry.
To be honest with you, the reason we're late is because Alex had to finish watching the True Detective episode. Yeah, very busy around here.
I watched 30 minutes of it at 6 o'clock this morning, and I watched the last 30 minutes when I got off work. So, you know, I'm just making up lost time. We on CP time over here. You know how we do. But
we got food and we got weed. So look, we got food and we got weed. Those are the more important things that need to be done.
You got to prioritize. But now we are here and we have a great show. We're going to be talking True Detective Night Country. We're going to be talking about the new Disney Plus series Echo. And as always, we're going to be talking shit. But before we talk about what we're talking about, let's introduce our panel. We have a lover and a fighter and the funniest guy I know beside myself. We're talking to Hank Pryor. What's going on, Hank?
Oh, me. How's things? So nice to be back with my proper titles. Glad no one's bitching about it because they're all jealous and shit.
We love you, Blake. I can take it really. And we also have the creator of the Nine Nerd Yards channel, the titular man himself. Nine, what is going on?
Oh, it's going, baby. Women be shopping. Shout out to all of my Michigan football fans. I mean, it's a historic time to
Let's
go, Detroit Lions
football fandom here because we had an incredible year this year. So respect.
Don't jinx it. God damn it.
I was gonna say
fucking the Lions.
You're talking like it's already over.
That only works when you're in the state. I'm out of the state right now.
Good. Those are the rules. Those are the rules.
Good. Because go Lions.
Hell,
you know what I'm saying? We were born in Detroit.
Anyone in Illinois, God.
We was born in Detroit, so
you're
okay.
Like,
so
you know what I'm saying?
You're kind of
So shout out to the Lions. Yeah. You know, 4 blocks of misery is what that is downtown.
Oh, by the way,
they got all of the sports stadiums are right next to each other, within 4 blocks of each other. It's the 4 blocks of depression, man. 4 blocks of misery.
And by the way, we are streaming on Twitter right now. I will not call it the other thing. And I see a few of you are watching. Let us know if you're watching from there. Drop a line, drop a like, share it around. You tell 5 friends, tell them to tell 5 friends. Let's do that.
I think that's where Mr. Beast is watching us from, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Or
Elon. Who knows?
Well, Mr. Beast used to watch in my living room, but it got weird. It just got weird, you know.
Yeah, he would come over just to watch the podcast in another room. It was very
strange. It's strange. Because it's a lot of pressure. He's just watching you.
Right.
You know? It's a lot of pressure.
Whereas with Ellen watching us, we're just like, whatever, dude.
Right.
Yeah, cool. That's actually even creepier, to be honest with you. I'll tell you some off-pod stories, but we're gonna have to keep it pushing.
Oh snap! The real stories behind the curtain.
Before
we get into the topics of tonight, just want to do some quick house cleaning. We want to let you guys know that we have a sale going on. We're going to tell you after the show, but yeah. On our merch shop, all purchases are 20% off right now. So consider perusing through our store where we have hats, hoodies, shirts, mugs, and all kinds of stuff with our dumb name on it. So go to the video description for the link to the store, or go to the shop tab on our YouTube channel to get all that cool stuff. And one more thing, the second annual Drunk Banthas Awards are right around the corner.
Drunkies. It's not the Drunk Banthas Awards.
It's the Drunkies. It's for shorthand.
It's the Drunkies. You gotta get branding. Has to be. Look, this is branding. They don't call
branding
it the movie awards with the Oscars.
They call it the Oscars, even though it's called the Academy Awards.
Yeah, exactly. Because they got branding. Because guess what they give out? They give out an Oscar. They don't give out the Academy Award. They give out an Oscar. Okay. And that's why we branding the Drunkies, guys, because it's going to be hard to find if you put in the wrong thing in the search menu.
But yeah, every year, starting last year, we put on an award show to celebrate the best genre films and TV shows of the year, and the winners are decided by you. Just go to the community tab on Drunk Banthas YouTube channel to cast your vote for the best sci-fi, fantasy, and horror movies and TV shows of 2023. You can find that link in the description as well. Enough of that boring shit. Let's talk about a Disney Plus show.
It's not boring. Because the best thing you ever seen in your goddamn life is going to be the Drunkies. It's going to be live, and we're going to be fucking it.
But yeah, let's talk about the new Marvel Disney Plus show, Echo. It is sort of like a backdoor pilot from Hawkeye and Daredevil, sort of, kind of, but not really. A lot to talk about because they dropped all episodes at once a couple of weeks ago.
If this is a backdoor pilot, then this is a backdoor pilot of a backdoor pilot.
Right? That's like 16 walls.
Or a backdoor pilot. Because, goddamn, like, No, I'm going too deep into it because technically, Kingpin is a part. So technically, Hawkeye is a spinoff.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So that is
Hawkeye's a spinoff of Daredevil, and then Echo is a spinoff of Hawkeye, and then the new Daredevil is going to be a spinoff of Echo. It's
so then you're gonna have an echo of backdoor pilots.
You have an echo.
But then, like, She-Hulk is also featuring Daredevil first canonically. So
backdoor
that's
pilot.
a good point. There's all kinds of backdoor shenanigans. A lot of backdoor shenanigans happening.
That's more like a backdoor, like doo-doo backdoor.
I don't like that.
I'm talking about She-Hulk.
I'm not good enough at math for all this.
Oh yeah. Well, all you have to know is there's 6 degrees separation. That's the only thing you really have to be sure of.
The answer is 42. But in the episode, in the first episode, Echo follows Maya Lopez, played by
Maya Lopez. Please stand up.
Thank you. Maya Lopez, please show up. She is played by actress Alaqua Cox. Little known fact: she is not related to Charlie Cox. I'm not sure if you guys knew that.
Sure not.
What about Brandon Cox?
But
she might be.
What about Olivia Cox?
I heard that they were like second cousins.
Jessica Cox?
I forgot. Oh man, no one's talking about Jessica Cox since 2001.
I don't. Look, I will name every Cox that's ever been in film or television, just because it's always been a crazy name to me. Cox.
But then you're gonna miss it because she's actually related to Darnell Bisa, the girl that plays the younger version of Maya.
Oh, really? I was thinking
that's her niece.
Incredible casting because they look so much alike.
You know, that's crazy. That was crazy. That's crazy because this girl be so awesome in this show. Okay.
That's her niece, and she learned ACL for this show. Which, I mean, if you're her aunt, are you just a little? Are you like a little fuck you?
Hold on.
Like, really, you won't learn it to talk to me, but you'll learn it to star on Disney.
Hold on. Learn ACL. What you mean ACL for the people who? For my people,
I think you mean ASL.
You mean ACL?
No. It's ACL. I'm surprised you guys don't know this. It's the American.
It's by legs.
American Choctaw language.
American Cantonese.
It's American Sign Language.
Y'all be spelling it wrong.
CINE language.
Yeah, it's the American Choctaw language.
I'm gonna tell you something. I did not know which one it was. Period. I didn't know he was wrong till y'all said something. I was just like, "Is that the kneecap?" You got to explain what that is. What is ASL for the people who may not know, Alex?
American Sign Language. I actually did a little bit of studying in American Sign Language. It's incredibly hard, or at least for me, because I'm a dum-dum. But anyway.
And now Alex will finish the show signing.
Actually, I actually have a lot of friends that I met in San Diego that were like deaf, and one of the girls was a ASL university teacher.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, man, shout out to all y'all who's reading the captions. And Alex,
I feel that.
run us down on the rundown.
In this first episode focuses on Maya's childhood and her struggle with grief and identity. It wastes no time rehashing some important details from Maya's appearance in Hawkeye for those who aren't familiar with her previous story. What did you guys think of this first episode and the way it's like caught audiences up on the character of Maya? Nine, I'll let you go first.
Got me feeling it.
Oh, repeat the question.
I
was doing something important business here.
No, you're totally good. Just like, what was your initial reaction to just like the format of this first episode and how they introduced audiences to Maya's character? Like, do you feel like you could
what did you
watch
think
this
about the
without
first
watching
episode,
Hawkeye?
Mike?
Can you repeat the question one more? No, I'm just kidding.
Like,
I need you to sign it.
If you had been serious that time, I'd have sent a welfare check to your house to see if you got carbon monoxide poisoning.
No. This first episode I thought was probably the strongest one of the season. I really loved it. The one complaint I have, I really think that they had a missed opportunity by not making her arch nemesis a mime.
That would have been
cool. Before I get canceled, hear me out. Never mind.
Jeff, how did you feel about this first episode? Did you? Yeah, no, I'm gonna save my questions. How'd you feel?
I'm sorry, what?
No,
it was good. I enjoyed how they did touch on the things that happened in Hawkeye while also touching on Echo's involvement in Daredevil, which in the comics she's more of a Daredevil character than a Hawkeye one. So I did like that they touched on that as well. I thought they did a good job of kind of speeding through the Hawkeye stuff, which actually, I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, made them recovering it in episode 2 friggin' annoying. Like, you already told us about the Hawkeye stuff. I don't need you to now tell me again. But I thought they did a good job of it in this episode. I thought they did a good job of setting her up. The only real issue I have with it is they kind of like, they spend a long time building up the Daredevil aspect of it. So you didn't have a lot of time. It just felt like 2 completely different episodes smashed together.
Yeah, smash.
I can see that. I can see that definitely. What about you, Bill? Did you
the first episode was amazing, Alex? It was ridiculously amazing. It got right to the point. Let me tell you why it was amazing. It was because it did everything that it did, all of the opposites of what we'd be complaining about with all of these Marvel TV shows. The main complaint is I don't give a fuck about trying to go back and watch a whole nother show. Right?
Right.
So what you do is put the other show in the first episode, basically. Take little bits and pieces of it. And guess what they did? They did, what's that movie that you like so much by Quentin Tarantino and Rich Rodriguez?
Oh, Inception.
You're talking about Death Proof?
But yeah, Death Proof. You know how they did the double feature, but it was based off, and then they did Machete off of the fake trailer. Well, this is basically what they did. They took fake trailers and they put in the fill the blank.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. They definitely like were able to just fill in those.
What is somebody doing? Is that?
Yeah, somebody like buttering some bread or something. Weird.
I think that's the dog.
No. That was me. I didn't realize you could hear it when I was spinning the matchbook. I'll stop that. I'm not used to having a good microphone. So.
Yeah, I was like,
my bad.
I was like, who is cooking chicken right now?
Yeah. Got bacon on the fryer.
I did have a great BLT for lunch.
Yeah. Shout outs to Morgan and shout outs to Rachel who switched roles today. Rachel's usually late. Morgan's late. Rachel was here at 6 minutes before we started.
Just calling them out.
Yeah, I hate that, Rachel, that you were early the day that we were late. So I apologize about that. But yeah, I feel the same way you guys did. I thought that the first episode was really strong. It gave me high hopes for what the show is going to do later on. as the show goes on. And that fight scene between her and Daredevil was pretty dope.
Man.
I'm not gonna lie, like they fucking did it up. I really enjoyed that shit, and I'm so glad that Daredevil is not wearing the ketchup and mustard costume no more. That kind of
I have nothing. I had no problems with the ketchup and mustard costume. He just can't be wearing it in the middle of the day, walking down the streets of LA after a one night stand doing the walk of shame. Like that is just
well, first off.
And
I would argue that was Bill. First off, I would argue that's a stride of pride. Second off, I think it's really funny imagining no one told him that it's yellow and red, so he still thinks he's walking around just this dope red and black costume.
Exactly. That would have been a funny joke when she makes fun of his costume, and he was like, "Wait, it's not all red."
Right?
That would be funny. But this is what I think they missed a really good opportunity to do in this show, though, is utilize Daredevil to help not only promote Daredevil, but like help support this show up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't put too much in there, because then it's like Mandalorian and Boba Fett, where it became the Bobalorian or the Mandafet show.
The Book of Better Side characters,
right. So I just feel like that's what they missed. But I'm not mad at this show. I feel like this show still did its thug thizzle. It's a good show. But this is how I rate TV shows. See, people have been rating these Disney shows wrong or comping them wrong. False equivalencies have been going out across the airwaves, and we fixing to fix it right here. Goddamn. Let me tell you, you got to compare these TV shows to the other TV shows. Like, is this better than what's on the WB? You goddamn right it is. Is this better than what's on CBS? You fucking right it is.
Yeah, I will watch this over the Equalizer anyway.
You goddamn right. So I'm watching this over Chicago Fire and Chicago Hope and Chicago Nurses and Chicago.
Screw
how many goddamn things we gonna have? Can we just get the public? Can we just get the power company? Chicago Power Company.
You know, they've arguably done a better job of creating a shared universe than any other movie franchise other than Marvel.
They have. So, Chicago ain't even big enough to have that many goddamn shows. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yes, but then
Portables also has a pretty fire.
Oh wait, who?
The Expendables 4.
It's
actually not very good. No.
I don't know why this keeps solo. It won't let me like pop it out no more. It's weird. But
anyway. It won't let you pop
it
out. Can I do a little?
I'm sorry. That's $5 fine.
I'll do a fine. Because hey, Brittany, what the fuck is up? It's been a long time. Just gotta let you know we have rebranded. So a lot of the lives that were on 9 Nerd Yards are on Nerds at Night now. I left a link in the Twitter comment below. Go and hit that button, go and like and subscribe, so you're going to always stay up to date on when we are going live. And also, we definitely miss you in the comments.
Also, be aware, for some reason, we can't see the comments on this side with the Twitter comments.
I think
you guys can see it.
I can't see Twitter comments, and I see that comment that you just pulled up was from Twitter. I can't. I cannot see it on my.
You cannot see that? I don't know how I can see it then.
Oh no, there it is. It says can't post comments to some destinations is what it says.
I'm seeing it in our.
It's just giving us lies.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But anyway,
I like lies.
But anyway. So go and join.
Speaking of, guys, please go check that out. Check out whatever he just said.
Sorry,
we were just confused because this shit right here saying that we can't post comments. So while he was talking, we were just not listening to anything he said. But I hope y'all were listening. Y'all should be listening. God damn it.
But it is to what you guys said. It is the return of Daredevil. I didn't expect a whole lot of him in this series, but I did expect him more than just like one episode. Like you spoke on it a little bit. Yeah, a little peekaboo. Hey guys, I'm here. Oh, I'm gone.
I'm sorry.
But what did you guys think?
You can't see him.
Well, I think
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
The reason I said that they missed an opportunity was because, like Nine said, she should have had a villain that was a mime, but her actual villain in the
That's
comic
actually
book,
really good. Yeah.
her actual villain in the comic book is Daredevil. So
in the comics, she's Kingpin's daughter.
Together, and then they become a couple in the comic book, which is really dope because together they're Helen Keller.
Right. Yeah, a bit. Yeah.
Now I've been trying to get that joke off for goddamn 6 comments. About 5 minutes.
No. I restrained myself.
Coincidentally enough, their first issue as a couple was called The Miracle Worker.
Interesting.
Should have been called Water.
Here.
But no, like I think that like actual fight scene, that's fantastic. Like having someone who's deaf fight someone who's blind is kind of like some Squid Game crazy shit that you probably should never like think about actually doing it. But that's the beauty of like what Marvel can provide for entertainment.
Put it in the comments. Should we take a offshore boat ride in international waters and have a fight with a bunch of blind and deaf people together? They fight.
Under all circumstances, the deaf person wins.
Kelsey Grammer. I almost called him Frazier.
I mean, it's pretty much his name at this point.
All right, the votes are in.
What was that? What was that movie he did? Money Plane?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what Alex was saying. He's like, this is turned into an episode of Money Plane. And yes, I'm ready for all of the Money Plane. We'll get back to that at some point in time with the rest of the show.
But I will say another issue I had with the first episode. Like, come on, Kingpin's alive. You shot him in the eye.
But that happened in the comic book.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's a problem that I had as soon as it happened in Hawkeye, because I knew that you're like, oh, Vincent D'Onofrio, the best actor you've ever had in Marvel television, you're going to get rid of him? Sure. So I knew that was
to limit that to television.
Right, no stakes. That's why Alex didn't really. Actually, Alex liked Hawkeye until that happened. He ain't gonna say it.
No, there were other problems I had with it. It was a basic issue.
Great movie. Alex hates women.
Great shows. I'm just saying that was the teeter that tottered for him.
I had you guys can go check out our podcast where we talk about Hawkeye, but I had a lot of problems with that, mostly that you can take all those episodes, cut it down into a Christmas movie, it'd be way better. But Jeff, did you feel like you wanted more Daredevil? Were you satisfied with the amount that we got?
I was satisfied with the amount we got in this episode, not with the series. I think because we had so much that we already were trying to get through in this episode, so much they already crammed in. The quick little taste we got in the episode, I thought was good. I don't think they did a good job explaining why he ran off. Like, yeah, they're pretty close to equally matched, Daredevil and Echo, but I don't feel like the fight showed that as much.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I felt like this was a good amount of Daredevil for episode 1.
I thought that fight was fucking.
What's Rachel saying here? It does seem to totally follow comic book logic. Someone dies just long enough for it to be dramatic, and then, for it to be dramatic, and then comes back somehow or wasn't ever dead. Like, yeah. Kingpin. Morgan said Kingpin is just a badass. Can't wait for Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, that's also the comic book. Those are both comic book points of views. Those two comments.
Absolutely.
But I'll say this: it would have been so much easier had she shot him 7 times in the torso. Then 1 bullet to the dome, you know.
Was she out of bullets?
Was that a good silencer sound? Y'all let me know. Was that sound?
It sounded quite realistic. I think you've got another future in sound effects.
Oh yeah. What's the dude's name from Police Academy?
Oh man, something Winslow.
Yeah,
Michael Winslow.
I was gonna not Carl.
I was just gonna say Carl.
That's always Carl Winslow. Urkel.
For those who for y'all who are just joining us, and thank you so much for your first timers, long time first times, or your first times, long times. I don't know, but for those who used to join us when it was just me and Alex, it used to be a lot more arguing, and it used to be a lot more shit talking.
It was just a mess.
it wasn't a mess. It was because it was just us. It was just back and forth talking shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for joining us, and thank y'all for you newcomers, man. Like and subscribe, and you know we'll keep this organized mess going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and go back and watch everything we've ever done. Why not? But let's move along to episode 2. Maya finds out an old Choctaw Sorry, so is there something else you want to say about episode 19?
Well, this was kind of like the little fragment of the fight scene that kind of got people upset. Get off my face. You're on camera. 4. No. But this scene right here, or this fragment, people were kind of giving this a hard time. Because when I saw that, I thought that was like the hardest fucking shit ever.
Yeah.
Because he has a spring-loaded goddamn like prosthetic leg. But I guess like it was the whole thing of like, oh, it just looks way too choreographed. And
it looks too good.
It looks way too
oh my god!
Because like it kind of definitely doesn't look like. Let me slow that down for all of you people back home. Does it look like they actually land? I mean,
it looks as good as any. I got bad news for you people. They don't actually beat the crap out of each other in Fight Club as much as we want Jared Leto to get beat.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
Well, that's true.
That is true.
That's movies. That's TV. And by the way, I still think that was really well choreographed.
Yeah, I really like that fight scene.
How can you actually sit and fucking complain about special effects when all we have, it looks too good when they have a practical thing that works with special effects at the same time? That's just not good enough. Well, you know what, Alex? Those motherfuckers are stupid nerds. Sometimes you can be a stupid nerd, and you know what you got to do?
Outside, nerd.
Get your dumb ass out of here. Get that shit out of here. That's just ridiculous.
And if you're worried about she was holding the kick for a second. Well, had she not, she wouldn't have hit him in the face.
Yeah.
So she's too good of a fighter for you now?
Well, I think it's really cool because I think people are forgetting that was her prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, so she can fucking fling that thing.
Yeah. And
you got to wonder how surprised was Daredevil when all of a sudden he hears a clang.
Right.
Well, that's the only thing that I didn't like. So if you're going to be critical, how about he hits it twice, knowing that he hit it and it's metal?
Because he would have Daredevil, he would have picked that up right when she even walked or stepped on the ground, heard a little vibration or
smells like the oil or something.
Right, he can.
Who said bitch? You cooking?
We've already established that he can taste copper in the air, so he probably would have known pretty soon.
What if he can't taste platinum?
But also, I've seen a bunch of karate demos and shit where people fight. Sometimes people do start to kick and then they stutter and then they just lay it down on a motherfucker. That felt incredibly natural to me. Yeah, that was cool. I don't know. That's people.
We can move on.
That's a nitpick.
So Alex, what was your favorite episode in this show? Because it seems like we're all of the general consensus that this wasn't a terrible show.
The first episode was good. I liked it. We'll get into a little bit.
I'm just saying, what was your favorite episode?
I would probably say the first episode is my favorite. I liked episode 3 a lot too, but I think it has most.
Well, that's perfect time to ask you when we're talking about the first episode.
Yeah, they definitely had diminishing returns for me, or just went up and down. But the first episode was definitely the best. Let's get into episode 2 a little bit. Maya finds an old Choctaw statue in the shop, and Grandpa Scully explains its origins to her. Maya plants a bomb on a train shipment in order to blow up one of Fist's armories, and Bonnie, played by Devery Jacobs, calls Biscuits on the radio. Great name. And he accidentally reveals to her that Maya is back in town. Now, Bonnie is Maya's old friend from childhood, and she's played by Devery Jacobs. she's one of my favorite actresses that's coming out right now. She's like the Clifton Powell of Native American actors because like anytime there's more than 4 Native Americans
why can't she
in a movie, they're like, we got to get Devery Jacobs.
I think she's more of the
Bokeem Woodbine.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Yeah, she's like one of those great character actors.
Yeah,
just like, oh, we got to get her. She's gonna elevate our show by whatever it is she's in.
Totally.
What did you think of just like this episode and like the big explosion? Like, were you still in on the second episode, Jeff?
Oh, very much so. One, who doesn't like a big explosion, you know? But two, like, I mean, come on. The train scene was it was so ridiculous that I was like, you know what? Screw it. I am in. We're doing Cowboys and Indians train heist. Let's go.
Let's go.
But, no, honestly, the thing that I actually really loved about this episode was the scene where they were showing Maya's ancestor playing lacrosse and all of that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say her donk.
I mean, don't think I didn't notice anyway. So, lacrosse scene. What I liked about the lacrosse part was that that's real. So,
Exactly. Yes.
Shout out to Alabama.
Shout out to Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide. Goddamn, I don't give a damn about nothing but the Tide.
Okay.
But no, I meant the fact that a lot of Native American tribes, instead of going to war, would settle disputes with games of lacrosse. Yep. So that was actually very accurate. The fact that women were the people that were making a lot of the more important choices was also very accurate. I thought it was just a really cool representation of something that I barely know it. Like, it was just something that I heard brought up when they were trying to get lacrosse into the Olympics. And I was like, it's so cool that now Marvel and Disney is shining a light on this stuff. Like,
man, now let me just say something to that.
This is a Native American episode that we're talking about.
This is a Native
episode. Yeah.
This is a Native American show that we're talking about here.
Yeah, 100%.
But just to your point, Jeff. So my son, he wanted to play lacrosse this year or starting last year. And I was just like, man, lacrosse, that's a rich white boy sport, eh? I don't know, man. I was like, you know what, man? I don't know if you can do that, man. And then, his mama, she looked it up. Like, oh, this was started and created by Native Americans.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, son of a bitch. I did not know that. Now, I knew that hockey was created by Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Dog skin Native Americans, by the way. But I did not know that lacrosse was created by Native Americans.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, to your point, that shit was like amazing for them to include because it doesn't even have to be included. We don't have to even have that scene at all. Or if we have like that flashback, we don't need to do that to establish what they established.
Right.
They could even just done a flashback of a bunch of people playing lacrosse. They didn't have to throw in the fact that, like, hey, this is 4 territories and tribal lands and all that. Like, they could have been, it was. They could have been a lip service.
Goes to show you that Native American people, although depicted as violent people, they had already established ways to establish peace in ways that
it's not this cause
fucking
no
country, this world.
Although you did mention,
there was bloodshed on that lacrosse field.
I was going to say, although you did mention 2 of the most full contact sports in this nation, they hit hard.
But hey, look, at least you live and you get, and nobody, and like, hundreds of thousands of people don't die.
Yeah, only thing that's hurt is your pride and maybe your ass,
your
chest. Yeah.
The crazy part to me is the losing team would actually still abide by the rule. Like, they would abide by.
They're like, we fucked up. We lost the game.
Yeah.
Like, they could have way better Warriors and be like, no, whatever.
Super Bowl. That everybody has to follow Detroit rules for a year.
I'm gonna be so sad about
this. Is why I like doing this show, Alex, because I said something and I love doing it live. You know what I'm saying? Because I say something and then immediately somebody says, "Fuck that."
And you say somebody, it's always Phil Mage. who I hope had a great shoot over the weekend.
Yeah, I hope that went well.
Yeah, shout out to Film Age. Out here making.
But he basically, if you can't read, he basically.
Yeah,
for those who are listening, Alex, can you read this for those who are listening?
And there is my issue with lazy approach to Native American culture. The lacrosse sequences look so cheap. The huts still had the Home Depot sticker on the wood. God damn! I hope that's not true.
I hope that's not
I was
true.
not paying enough attention to catch that.
I hope that's not true. No, actually, I hope that's true at this point. Look, Star Wars, they had a dude with his blue jeans standing up, just standing in one scene. You know what I'm saying?
Game of Thrones had Starbucks.
Exactly. It happened. I hope that happened.
At the same time, though, we got to start from somewhere. We got to start from goddamn somewhere, and at least there's a step in the right direction. I feel like this show was a step in the right direction as well.
For sure.
Exactly.
I do. I think we talked about it a couple times on this pod, but it's just kind of crazy. Like you might not like the Native American representation in this show, but luckily we've had like 6 other shows and movies to choose from. Like Native Americans have been getting a lot of really great representation in movies and TV shows lately with like Res Dogs and Prey and Blood Quantum, like Deborah Jacobs and all those.
And the next show we're going to talk about.
Oh yes, wait. What's the next?
Yeah,
show?
like this is
that's right. True Detective. I was like, what are we doing next week? What you mean tonight?
No, tonight.
Look, man, we be we time travel because we do so many damn pre-recorded episodes. We are basically time travelers, and it does get hard. Shout out to Black History Month coming up.
Yeah. And moving right along to episode 3, the buyers murder Vicky and this creepy dude named Vicky kidnaps Maya and
just one dude.
Spoilers.
And her best friend, but they murder Vicky after they realize he is no longer capable of handing over Maya. Maya turns on the music, turns off the lights, and takes out the buyers one by one using all kinds of bowling alley equipment. What did you guys think of this fight scene? In the
no, I'm joking.
Quick jump scare. Blam.
Woof. There go Vicky.
Yeah, dude's name was
Take
Vicky.
that, you big dumb bitch.
That's how I knew he was gonna die.
Like, yeah, your name is Vicky. No one has ever called.
That's a grown man named Vicky.
Although when
to
I
be
heard
clear,
it, I was
Film
like,
Age, we still agree with you. We still agree with you that like it can be better.
Yeah.
Life is good, but it can be
better. It can be better. That was a terrible accent. What fucking accent was that?
I don't know.
Sorry. God, it's Jumanji all over again, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm not Bill.
Hold on.
Don't do that.
No, I'm making fun of my shit accent, by the way.
I didn't even hear it, man.
Good.
Man. I don't expect you to do what I do. It took me years of sitting too close to a television screen to fucking develop this talent of impressing people. My dad didn't pay attention to us, so we had to do things that would make him pay attention to me. You know what I mean? Accents was first, sports was next. Yeah, man.
Check us out on the My Father and Me podcast. But yeah, what did you guys think of this fight scene? I personally really liked the fight and like the choreography, the creativity of the choreography, but it was the highlights in sort of a bad way. Like there wasn't much story-wise that I was interested in this aspect, because after the explosion, you're expecting, okay, this is going to turn into like fucking Sons of Anarchy on the res, but it doesn't really turn into that show. But how did you guys feel about the episode 9?
I thought it was a really good meet cute of like her and her childhood friend. Like she just kind of like turns and she's like, "You son of a bitch." She's like, "You man, of course it's you. Of course." I really like that. But this was a little bit where I was like, okay, are they going to? It was like, because this is episode 3, it's a bit of the halfway marker where I'm like, okay, are they going to go full-fledged into that rated R sense or not. You
No,
know?
hell no.
But they kind of like, they teetered on it this episode, and they wouldn't commit all the way through for the rest of the series.
Yeah, even the blood that they used on Kingpin's scene where he beat up the hot dog stand dude. First of all,
ice cream.
Can I just mention that the was it ice cream guy or was it hot dog? Ice cream?
Yeah, hot dogs. I mean, come on, get over it.
I don't think she would have like a problem like defining what flavor hot dog she wanted.
I watched this when it came out, and I watched all of them. So y'all are behind, and I don't remember if it was a hot dog guy or ice cream guy. But all I do know is that he deserved a whole ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He deserved every bit of an ass whooping he got. But I also know that was CGI blood. That wasn't regular blood. That wasn't like on set blood. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't corn syrup?
I believe it wasn't no corn syrup. Yeah, that wasn't corn syrup. I believe that was added to get this mature rating, which is the way this could have been as well. This blood scene, I just didn't get a chance to look at this one as closely, but this one also could have been CGI blood.
Yeah, it was definitely CGI blood. Like, and at first I was just like, "Oh man, I miss the days of squibs." When like Vicky gets shot in the back, I was like, "Oh, I miss the days of squibs."
What about Ricky
gets shot in the back instead of the what?
Ricky.
Yeah,
the girl.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
same thing.
I'm talking about. Speaking of squibs, that shit looked awesome because they squibbed up fucking Morris Chestnut.
Squib.
But now it's more. It's expensive to do that. It's a lot cheaper to just. It's a lot cheaper to do it in post.
Man.
At first, that's what I was thinking. Then I thought, well, maybe they did this to your point, to just amp up the rating a little bit. It's like, well, we need to make this more violence.
Yeah.
Let's add some blood on his face.
Somebody was honestly probably just high one day. And they was just sitting there and they was like, man, this sucks. This music's dope. Hold on, man. This just need to be darker. And they just start adding blood, and they add more blood, and then they just like add more blood, and they're like, man, this is gonna be awesome. And then they show it.
This is the moment.
Gets in.
Yeah.
This is the episode where I wish they kind of leaned into more of that episode 1 aesthetic too, because I really liked when the sound cuts out and she starts getting it.
Yeah.
Like that was.
Yes.
I mean, not starts getting it. Starts
especially
getting
going from Rob Zombie to that. Come on, that was.
They do lose a lot of they do. I hate saying that. I was about to say they do
Rob Zombie,
and I hate fucking saying that.
Totally.
Poop.
I hate saying it because I know what's gonna happen right after I say it.
He called
trying
me
to say something serious, you know what I'm saying? And I say doo-doo, you know what I'm saying? But they do use that trope when throughout the season to establish that she is deaf. Like on that train scene where she chased down the train,
right?
And in other scenes as well. So I do appreciate that shit. You know,
I'm not saying overuse it, but I feel like they could have used it in a lot more creative ways too.
Well,
right? But that's just because I think we can all agree that we could have gotten more fight scenes.
Okay, so
right? We could have got more fight scenes, but I do know for a fact that they cut the budget of this show.
Yes,
in the middle of making the show, so they had to cut a lot of scenes out that they had already used.
Comments on that later,
and then they had to cut down on what they were going to use. So those two things did probably everything that we're saying we wanted more of is probably in the cutting room floor somewhere, and in the original script, but they just never got that far as far as budget issues.
So I will say, I loved when Vicky got killed for performing his duties.
Damn, you got damn Vicky.
Damn Vicky. I mean, you got a rat tail, you got to die. That he brought it on himself.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
over with.
I mean, it's 90% of the time it happens in movies.
Right, you show up for the job you want,
especially in the 90s. Everybody with a ponytail died in the 90s.
Ponytail's fine, rat tail's not. Anyway. But so going back to the whole, cutting out the sound aspect of it, the opening of the episode with the silent film stuff, I get why they did it, but then halfway through, there's random sounds in it.
Yeah,
then halfway through, you see, like,
yeah.
not just that, but also like you hear the guns going, which at first I was like, okay, maybe they had that back in the day. But then they had place cards that said bang.
Yeah, no, you know what?
What the hell's going on? Can you hear this or not?
I noticed that.
I felt the same way. I felt the same way, but I gave it a pass for only one reason. You know why? Because when I rewatched it, I was like, but it works though.
See,
like
I mean, and it wasn't as long.
Well,
yeah, I'm trying to think about
they bled it in slowly. They didn't just like.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, no, because just like you said,
the sound. You mean the sound? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, the sound. Like they blended in the actual sound in slowly with small moments, but they were big impact moments in the scene.
That's probably why I didn't notice it. Because
I honestly didn't.
I didn't notice it till
the last gunfight scene where like she has to come and save them. Literally, they start shooting and you hear the gunshots, and then the card comes up saying bang.
And it bothered me. It bothered me too. That's why I had to watch it the second time, and then I noticed, it does slowly take place. Like like there is no sound.
I think there could be an artistic motive of like, we are losing our sound and regaining it, like trying to, to have that effect.
And I get, they're trying to show us Echo's ancestor, and they're trying to show us like, she's deaf, so obviously the silent movie makes sense and everything. But I'll be honest, this episode's flashback and silent movie part just felt long to me to come in at the beginning of episode 3 when episode 2 leaves off with her being tied up, doesn't it? So you're ready to get back into the story, and then it's like, all right, why do you wait 10 minutes?
I don't know if that's true, but it sounds kind of dirty. But let me ask you, let me just point out to your point.
Oh no, it does not.
Doesn't every Echo start with silence?
I guess.
Yeah.
See? Look at that. Yeah. Look how I put you on top of your head, Alex. Go ahead and what's the next episode, Alex?
Before we go to the next episode, I am like, it's playing right here, so I'm just coming across this part. One part that really did drive me crazy about this episode, I'm so tired of the chloroform trope. Everyone knows by now, right? Because chloroform doesn't knock you out in 4 seconds. It takes like 5 minutes. Shoot her with the tranquilizer dart.
I don't know how you know that, Jeff, but I didn't know that.
First off, you don't need to worry about those missing people.
Missing means exactly what it says. Missing.
On every single one of those things that are wrong in TV and movies, on every single one of those lists, it's chloroform takes about 5 minutes and it's more likely to kill you.
Hold on, Rachel V got some chloroform.
It also
Rachel V got some chloroform.
Let's see here.
Morgan says
Morgan.
Rachel,
are you talking about Maya? I'm singing with the little kids of the Emmys? Because I'll look that up because that sounds
or Vicky.
That sounds beautiful.
Rachel V says it takes long burning amounts of chloroform. Okay.
Well, look. Let me just tell you something.
You guys know a lot about chloroform.
Exactly. I was about to say, y'all know a lot about chloroform.
It's changed the way I look at movies.
But I would not have told on myself as much as y'all have told on y'all selves today. But I will say this: I will make sure to double up on the chloroform next time.
Get 2 shipments from Amazon. But I will, I will say just the weird knockout tropes, and I don't think they come up with a perfect way of doing that. It's like knocking somebody over the head that really will give you a concussion, and you're not gonna just wake up and start kicking somebody's ass. You should probably go.
No. Let me tell you something. That is not true. That is not true. That you won't just wake up and kick somebody's ass. I cannot speak to. Look, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Trust me.
Okay,
that can happen. Also, football players, athletes, they have a concussion and they go and play the whole rest of the game, and didn't nobody know they had a concussion. You know what I'm saying?
I like Rachel's PSA down there.
Do
do
not
not
actually knock people out with anything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Rachel Lee's
actually,
always
I
keeping
do
us
want to say
responsible.
that we at the Drunk Banthas do not recommend that or promote anyone using chloroform on anyone for any sorts. All things said here do not represent anyone's actual views and is all in jest.
Yeah. This is
Yeah, totally.
but episode 4.
We do not.
Episode 4. Maya ultimately cannot forgive her grandmother for
Take that quote off the screen already. We have moved on.
Sorry. Hold on. Now you got busy.
That's
All
why
right, episode 4.
Yeah.
But episode 4, Maya ultimately cannot forgive her grandmother for choosing herself over her all those years ago. Sorry, I was just thinking about how you were saying that this podcast used to be way more off the rails. I was like, oh man, more than this.
I didn't say off the rails.
I
said it's off the rails now. I said we used to just argue.
Yeah, that's true.
Good thing we're not doing that now.
He offers her the same. Maya confronts Fisk at the Choctaw Casino. He offers her the hammer he used to kill his father and insists she use it to kill him. Maya refuses. What did you guys think of? We touched on this a little bit. But, what did you?
Why she forget? Why she refuse?
We touched on this, murder. We touched on this a little bit earlier, but what did you guys think of the relationship between Maya and Fisk in this, and just like discovering
Jeff,
how they grew up together? Or she grew up with him.
Well, because I saw 9 smoking, so I was going to.
Well, I really loved when he beat the crap out of the ice cream person and how realistic the blood looked. I thought that was good. I always love it when they use the practicals. No, I did like. I liked how it started off with like a very. I think it was kind of believable in the whole sense of like, okay, she's had everything taken away from her. So while this guy's a monster, while he's violent, he's her monster. So yeah, it makes sense that they have this really unhealthy relationship. And I did also love jumping way forward when well, actually, before I get to that point, I love how like when she found out that he had her dad killed and she was so upset about it. And it's like, did you not have any idea? He sends you out to kill people all the time. Like the fact that you're surprised that he had your dad killed was just kind of like, you're stupid, girl.
Well, I mean, it's the matter of betrayal, I think.
Yeah.
It's just, maybe you don't surprise, but you're just like, just fucking furious.
Well, so the thing that I really liked about it, though, was actually what she points out at the end at the casino. And what I was wondering the entire time, like he has these fancy ass contacts made so she can see him sign and stuff, which, by the way, like not even like put words on the screen. It's
giving the whole plot away.
I was like, what the fuck are we looking at?
But hands out my pocket. But so I really liked when she pointed out, like, you didn't even take the time to learn to sign for me. You had these friggin' things made.
Yeah.
Which is also like, because the thing is, Kingpin knows a lot of different languages and picks them up quickly. Because he's like, I want to have an upper hand. So
maybe he's just got one of the translators in his ear. Like this nigga clearly got some crazy technology. He got sign language goggles or some shit.
Well,
sign language contacts.
No, Vincent D'Onofrio was just like, I'm not learning sign for this. I already learned 10 words in Chinese. Level, or Mandarin.
Like, y'all do not actually pay me enough. I actually given y'all the day rate, my stag day rate. Like I should be hitting y'all upside the head.
He was looking at the script. He's like, you know how much I talked to her?
He's like, look, actually, my doctor said I shouldn't be moving my arms around that much. So, got a doctor's excuse.
Watch me beat the shit out of this nigga.
You either get 25 punches a season, or you get all these sign language scenes.
That is the only sign language he knows. Is just the
Alex is getting called out in the chat, by the way.
Oh, what?
Cool.
Look at that bottom one. Sign isn't even that hard, Alex.
Sign isn't even that hard.
What you want us to do? What else to do?
I preface that with,
you want a podcast? Or do you want a YouTube channel? Or do you want sign language?
I did preface that with saying that I am a dum dum, but we said that
we can only do so much. We're entertainers, man.
I will invest all the money and time it takes to develop complex translating software that works, but I will learn 3 actual word phrases in ASL that run. That is it.
Also,
he's like, I will spend the money, but I will not do a damn.
Look, it's
also,
like
I'll
it's
spend
like
all this
people
money
who,
instead of just keeping my translator alive.
right. Well, but it's like people who learn. There's people who learn to shoot.
Can you
with,
guys
like,
hear
high
that,
power?
or is that just me?
What?
You can hear me, right? I'm just
I
talking.
didn't hear you when you were just saying something.
No. I'm just talking.
Okay. I didn't know if it was because we were all talking or because you were muted. Sorry.
There's people who
What?
There's people who learn how to shoot high powered rifles, learn how to shoot from extremely far distances,
like trains,
and then they go to like reservations where all of the hunting happens basically in an enclosed area,
right?
Like, you know what I'm saying, to take all of the skill out of whatever all the skills they learn.
Fish in a barrel.
They just like, well, fuck that. We're just gonna shoot at these motherfuckers while they trying to get out.
And by the way, this is the stance for a sharpshooter, like an Olympic gold medalist sharpshooter.
This nigga got his
hand in
hands
the pocket, casual as fuck. We're not signing nothing. Here's the sign right
whoever
here.
Whoever that is, don't win nothing.
That's a gold.
Actually, you know what?
Gold medalist.
I forgot. No, I got
that was
friends
going to be
who
my
compete.
question.
I got friends who compete in shooting, and they all have to have their hands in their pockets because it's the only way to guarantee nobody's using their weight. Like a lot of how you see how everybody's got their hands in pocket. It's like it's to keep your balance and make sure no one's gaining an advantage.
So they're not doing like some wanted shit where they're like curving the bullet.
See, I thought you were gonna say they're not masturbating in their pocket, and I think that would have been funny. I think that would have been funny.
It's not that type
that
of
seems
show.
that seems silly to me though, because doesn't everyone have the opportunity?
It used to be that kind of show.
That's never where my brain goes.
Oh, thanks guys.
But yeah, I do want to say, Rachel V said, see, now it goes off the rails back in the day. There simply weren't rails.
There were no rails.
Where we're going. You and me, Jeff. You and me.
Oh my god.
Great minds.
We need a hoodie with the DeLorean.
Yeah.
Us in the DeLorean fucking going off
the rails.
Noah, if you're watching.
But it
Noah
makes
be
more
watching
sense.
and don't be saying nothing.
I think it'd make more sense if our DeLorean was broken down though and says don't need no rails.
Right. Don't need no rails. Can't use them. Episode 5.
Oh, sorry. I'll save that joke. This
is the season finale. After fighting off Kingpin's men, Maya turns her healing powers on Fisk to go inside his mind, discover the source of his pain.
I was waiting for that.
Open your mind.
She tries to help free him.
It's at the top. It's closer to the top.
She tries to help him free from the painful memories of his abusive father, showing she still cares for. I'm glad that you found that. Showing she still cares for her adopted uncle, though it isn't clear how successful Maya was in doing so. So we don't know if his heart's
not clear. Is that a blind joke for Daredevil? It's not clear.
He's not even in this episode.
Sneak dissing.
But Daredevil out here catching strays. But yeah, what do you guys think of like the way that the episode ended? How do you feel about Maya's powers? Like, do you feel like they were kind of clearly defined or still a little vague? Bill, what were your overall thoughts?
Look, man, I like how it was ambiguous.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
but was it?
Ryan Airy pointed out on Screen Crush.
Got a Screen Crush.
Shut the fuck up, Ryan Airy.
Know your place.
It's a classic. It never gets old.
That's great.
But Ryan Airy pointed out that, you know, they've explained so many things about powers and abilities in Marvel Universe to make shit make sense. Like, but it kind of diminishes what they build up. Like talking about how Thor is an alien as he pointed out, and like other things as instances in the like actually like Wanda being a witch, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like to me that takes away from the power that they have. Like, oh, she had to have this book to do what she needs. Like,
it's less interesting the more you know about it, or like
right.
You know, you don't need to know the absolute origin of it,
right? And unless they were gonna always do mutants all the time for everybody, I think that makes it really hard. Once you've established that Thor's an alien and this and this and this, that kind of takes us out of it. So I like that they've just made it ambiguous.
Right. Well,
and it starts like we don't need to know where it came from because we know her people come from a different dimension in the first place, right? We established that in the first episode, or was it the second episode?
Yeah, it was the first episode. First scene of the first episode. I was like, can I turn on a
because remember the clay people. So in the what if episode, we established that. We were introduced people who were not aware. People who were not aware. Native Americans believe that they come from clay, just similar to the creation story that Christians have. We come from the earth. You know what I'm saying? So they say that we're made of clay, and then we were born. We're born into the world, right? So our people, or their people, as they believe, come through into this world as clay. And they used an interpretation of that in the beginning of this episode. I mean, in this first episode, to express that in a certain kind of way visually.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to even talk about that. Like the very opening of the series, like it was rad, just like the weird imagery, and I was like,
this is not gonna see naked ladies. That's what you thought you was gonna see, naked ladies, and then you're like, this Disney. Why I'm seeing naked ladies?
Yeah, I was like, well, I mean, it is at TVMA. Is that they're saying in every commercial?
Yeah, that means you usually.
You're like, this isn't any of that pussy shit from the rest of Disney Plus. This is hard.
The MA version did make me think I was gonna see a booty cheek or something, at least a booty cheek. But no,
they tease you with a shadowy booty cheek.
Yeah, shadowy booty. That's like side boob in the 90s. Shadowy booty cheek.
But it definitely
shadowy
made
booty cheek. Yeah, see the clay
people feel like, wait, did I turn on the wrong show? I thought I was legitimately watching the wrong show for the first couple minutes.
I do want to say the woodpeckers in this movie, in this series, were about like when they were messengers.
Woodpeckers.
I said I changed it to peckers. But what's better, me to talk about a dick or people who peck at things? I mean, people who pack or
guys, leave in the comments what's better, birds or penises?
Woodpeckers. Let me tell you something. People who make names, man, old ass ancient white folks was weird, man. Woodpecker.
We were. Tell us what we do. What we do.
What we do. Exactly. What we do. And then woodpecker. Anyway, the woodpecker was a messenger for them. You know what I'm saying? For their people. And it just made me confused about Woody the Woodpecker. And so I don't know, man.
Is this the cartoon?
Yeah, the cartoon. Yeah, the cartoon character made me very confused about what to think about Woody the Woodpecker. Is one of my favorite people.
Yeah, is Woody the Woodpecker?
But now I feel like is he appropriation?
Native? No, he's probably just Native American.
Is he?
Actually, that makes me feel a lot better. That actually makes me feel better, Alex. Thank you so much. Because I thought maybe it's racial appropriation, but yeah, maybe he's Native American. Who knows?
I do want to ask this before we stop talking about Echo and move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Because you brought up an interesting idea. Do you guys think that Maya is a mutant?
I think they're trying to say she's a native goddess, or at least she's descended from.
No, we're not trying to talk about what you thinking about when you. No.
You just asked what I was thinking about.
No, I'm talking about in his private time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. In my private time, she's a naked goddess. Sure.
Okay, look, I'm glad everybody got on my time. Okay, no, I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah, that's what I think they were trying to get at with this whole.
Right. Actually, like an ethereal being. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, what about you, Nine? Do you think goddess or mutant or
Yeah, I think that they're doing like more goddess. I think if they would have made her a mutant, we would have heard the
Yeah, they do love leaning on that shit hard right now.
Man,
in their defense, it's a pretty dope riff.
Dude, no, it's like, first of all,
we're
gonna have a series. It's gonna be. Damn, hold on, man. You can't do that because that really mess with my eyes.
I did that.
No, Alex did. It's on anyway.
Okay.
We're gonna have a television theme song series. It's gonna be top theme songs from sitcoms, top theme songs from animated sitcoms.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the top,
mainly the 90s. Yeah.
Oh, well, the only spoiler alert, the only good ones are from the 90s and the 80s and the 70s too. Because you can turn the world on with your smile.
Yeah. Well, what if I say ba-da, ba-da, ba, ba-da, ba? Actually, I messed that up. Never mind.
Well, you can say,
was that
come and knock on your door.
No, that was I was gonna do How I Met Your Mother, but then I lost the riff.
Yeah, no. See, and that's what I'm talking about. So that's what we'll be doing on that series. And so yeah, because we will be able to establish the answers to these questions.
Yeah,
I did like the opening song for this also, and the closing song.
For Echo? For yeah, I thought. I
thought you meant the drunk Banthas.
Felt very James Bondy.
It's all right.
That's what I thought.
It did feel very James Bondy. Yeah, like I really dig it too. But you know what else I like the intro for?
Well, hang on. Hang on, because I have a couple thoughts on the end of this.
Oh, what?
So first off, I thought giving the other two powers. I don't like that Echo has powers at all in this. To be completely honest, she doesn't in the comics.
Same.
She's just a badass like Daredevil.
Yeah, but her powers are the same as what's her name's and goddamn Wanda's. I mean, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson's movie.
Black Widow,
Taskmaster.
What are you talking about?
Yes, Taskmasters. They got they got similar power. Well, Taskmaster in the comic books didn't have the powers the Taskmaster in the movie had, and so Taskmaster in the so then she had Echo's powers. So now Echo can't have the powers that she's supposed to have.
Either way, you could have just. That's the thing. You could have also just kept her as a badass fighter, and you didn't need the special powers. But then even if you're giving her the powers, giving it then to the people, to the other two at the end, so fucking stupid. And I gotta say, I love Tantu Cardinal. I don't know if I said her first name right. The grandma. I think she's an awesome actress. Every time she's in something, she's really, really impactful. But when she like snaps the zip ties and punches the guys, it was like, this is the worst fight choreography ever.
Yeah, and they poured on the cheese a little too hard.
And that's when Bill mentioned earlier, hey, they cut the budget like halfway through the show. That final fight scene, you can fucking tell.
Yeah. There is no fight scene. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
Okay. Right. That's our
I got a couple closing things as well. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was just gonna play this clip. I was just gonna play this clip and also bring up the rating.
We're very close to being like on time for one episode. Really
what would a show like this have meant to you growing up?
It would mean the world to me. Maya is a person of color. She's indigenous and she's deaf and an amputee. I'm so grateful to be able to bring her to life. I wish I had that kind of representation growing up. I'm so excited for this new generation to see a unique and different kind of power on the screen. She has these unique superpowers as well. I want these kids to know that they can go ahead and do anything and they can feel inspired. There's no limits for their life. They can break.
So that's also the reason why I agree with Jeff, where they should not actually they shouldn't have given her any like special powers.
You gotta let me know when you
honestly
use Universal Studios stuff, because
I think we're
will
safe on this thing.
no, let me just I've got to explain for those who are watching after we've gone on live. That probably won't be in here. Kind of like how John Oliver can't use certain shit that he uses in America, but it doesn't show in the UK.
Yeah,
just that might not be able to be shown.
It may not be.
Universal is a cunt. But you're gonna hear from me forever. Okay, they are cunts over there, and it pisses me off.
But like something we actually didn't.
Them,
yeah, they suck. But they make good movies that I love. But
also, last thing, what are we rating this show, fellas?
I will say before I get to my rating, I just do want to say you bring up a good point, 9. Like all that is like super important, like, and it's really, really cool that we have a new kind of superhero in like the Marvel universe, and it's actually not bad. Like the show is actually pretty good, even though people thought it was going to be a dumpster fire just before it even came out. And Aliqua Cox is actually spectacular in this show. She has a great screen presence. She's like a bona fide movie star, I think, and I really liked her in this show.
And she's a fellow Midwesterner, so let's go.
Oh, word. Well, you got to be from that tribe, right, or something. I don't know.
I don't know. She's from Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's where one of the biggest Native American strongholds was before America.
No,
and she's hot.
Line I got it. Yeah, there's that.
And she's hot. Do you guys think that this also, since the nature
we're never
of it,
gonna get her on the show? Is what's gonna happen.
She's not gonna watch this before she comes on.
No, man.
Watch this, do her research on. Listen, do you guys think because it was dropped all at once, there was potential of this making this a movie too?
No, I don't think it was ever supposed to be a movie. From what I've heard and done research on, it was
not ever supposed to be a movie. Would it have? Do you think that it could have like landed well if it was a movie, just like dropped on Disney Plus? Because they haven't really ever done that before for Marvel.
Well, I'll rephrase my answer then, because I think it wouldn't have, because it would. I think it just would have been better if they'd have been allowed to do what they intended.
That may also be true. Like it could have made a better, longer form show if they made it some changes. But I do think they
just did what they wanted to.
Yeah, but I do think that's like it would have worked really good as a short movie. Like one of the better things that Disney Plus has done is Werewolf by Night, which is just like a nice short movie. I think they even used the
movie that they would put out on Disney Plus, though.
Right. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Like,
well, he
like
said a movie. I didn't know if that was
like. No, I said a movie on Disney Plus. Yeah, since they're dropping it on. It's something that they've never done for a Marvel property is drop a movie on Disney Plus.
Right.
Yeah, and I think they even use the same Marvel Spotlight thing before the.
They did use the Spotlight.
They do.
Werewolf by Night. Yeah. So like, I think that this could have worked really well as like a super gritty, dumb movie.
No, I'm just joking. It's just dumb. It's dumb that they either like that they don't do it more often. I still think that
if you haven't watched it, guys, Werewolf by Night, it's pretty fucking rad. Let's go ahead and rate this bitch.
Let's rate this thing.
Sorry,
I say an 8. I mean, if like we could have gone 0.5s, I would have done 8.5. I don't think it's a 9, but it definitely deserves an 8.
I'm going an 8.
I'm going 7. I liked it, but I
was just a hater. He hates women. But go ahead.
I was gonna say also I'm gonna bring it down to give it a 7. So I'm gonna just say 6.
You know that y'all hate.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Y'all love white women. Where's Othelius?
You guys said
where's Othelius?
We said 7. I'm gonna rate it 2.
Y'all hate brown women, so we're gonna get a low number here.
Fucking 7. Should have let me go first, motherfuckers.
Moving along.
Oh shit! I'm not
moving right along. And just to give Alex a future Alex a place to cut this. Skedaddle. We're gonna talk about season 4, episode 2 of True Detective.
That's right. It's Night Country.
Shit! I watched.
Oh wait, you know what? I should have said it like that. Hold on. We gonna do season 4 of episode 2, True Detective Night Country.
I feel like there should have been a twangy guitar playing in the background. Yeah, we'll do that next time. Yeah, this was a super crazy episode. Just talk about the cold open for a second. No, that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. It sounds like Billie Eilish's song.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it sounds like the opening of a Billie.
Dude, I had to skip that. I think it takes me out of it.
Yeah, it takes me completely out of it. I hate that.
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, yeah, it makes me think of Madam Web. Unfortunately,
I mean, sorry if everybody loves that. I'm sorry if you like it. Put it in the comments. Do you like the theme song for True Detectives? Put it in the comments.
But at the beginning of this episode, as authorities check on the corpses, Danvers discovers that the 3 bodies were stripped naked with burnt eyes, self-inflicted bite marks, ruptured eardrums, and please don't play that.
It's hard, nigga. It's hard. What you talking about?
It's turn it off.
Yeah.
Well, you see how I'm not playing it right now? It's actually real easy. Just do that.
How do you know I'm not playing it on my hands?
He just pulled out the keyboard.
It just zooms out. Bill's got a full grand piano next to him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. She also notices a spiral symbol in a we're just playing all of the fucking sound effects.
All the drops. Alex, you gotta be ready.
Play some fart noises.
We don't have drops for no reason.
We do have them for a reason, though.
I'm saying, yeah, and they being used.
What did you guys think of this fucking episode? Nine, what did you think of this episode?
No, I'm still trying to fucking figure this thing out, like by my own volition. I haven't watched any type of breakdowns or anything. Usually I rush to the breakdowns.
Hold on. Alex, tell us what this episode was about.
I already tried to do that.
Right. No, I know. That's literally a lob. That's literally a motherfucking lob.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, at the beginning of the episode, they, one of the bodies comes to life. One of the frozen corpses comes to life and screams. What did you guys think of that?
Okay, hold on. I'll drop us in here. Episode 2. Episode 2 is the episode that confirms to us that this series is going to be connected to season 1. Something that has not been done, at least not to our knowledge at this point, throughout the entire series. We've assumed that all these things are separate from each other and nothing connects. But we confirm that Travis, the interpretive dancer in the snow with no shoes, we've established that Travis is not just an interpretive dancing ghost, but he is Rust's father from season 1. Cole, Travis Cole,
really?
And Rust's name is Rust Cole.
Yeah.
So we've established that maybe that he's is
Hans Gruber's brother.
No. Maybe that's what the scuttlebutt on the internet is. Yeah. But what if this is after the events of? Nobody said that. What if this is after the events of True Detective season 1?
Yeah, I feel
Nobody's
like
mentioned that.
Has to be.
Me too, but we haven't seen any cell phones, which doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, we absolutely have.
We have.
Oh yeah, we actually
That's
have.
a very big part of this episode.
You know what? I forgot we saw one. Well, we only saw one. Okay, we saw one.
No, you saw multiple.
Oh no, we saw 2. 2. No, we saw 3. Saw 3 cell phones.
But yeah, I do feel
I was riding for you.
That's a good point.
A little bit. You got me in the first half, Bill.
The fact of the matter, y'all are just proving my point. Y'all are just proving my point. Is that
that's a good point, Alex? What happened this episode?
No, I just proved. You guys just proved my point. Is that this has the scuttlebutt on the internet? Is that this is happening after something like that? Travis is Rust's father, but it would be actually that Travis is either Rust's son or Rust's brother.
If it's easier, you could say Rusty's.
Well, it's Rust, with a T, weird, and that's not my fault. Blame the writers of
because
the
it's
show.
short for Rusty.
That seems like you're not saving a lot of time.
Nope, not saving no time. That's like people
I feel like
who say
Rusty's got to be short for something.
It's like people who say GTO instead of Game of Thrones. Like you're not actually saving anything. It's the same syllables. Like
Rusty Venture. Wait. So yeah, like honestly, the beginning of this episode where homeboy came to life, that was scary as fuck to me. Like that got me. I watched.
Well, how did he come to life, Alex?
Like this.
No, it's because they broke his goddamn arm off of his goddamn body while they were trying to excavate him from the ice.
Yeah, they are not used to this shit.
Yeah, you got a bunch of country bumpkins trying to fucking.
But that was crazy, right? That was a little bit crazy.
How
the fuck is he still alive?
I need so many answers.
No, well, people can stay alive. Yeah, that's happened several times throughout, recorded history that people can stay alive when found in extremely crazy cold conditions if they're found within enough time. And it also establishes like a benchmark for how long they have been staying alive, because
how long
they have been out there, is because they can only stay alive for a certain amount of time. So we can establish that they've been out there for at least like 2-3 days based on the fact that no, man, this is science. God damn it.
No.
I just looked it up.
Hey guys, first episode, they say that. Because in the first episode, she's saying they've been out there for at least 2 days because of the sandwich and the mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell mayo sandwich.
And that's confirmed in this episode at the very beginning because they snap his arm off and that nigga wake up. Like he was technically dead, like he was basically dead, which he might not survive because they got him in surgery. We find out that he goes into surgery at the beginning of this episode. So he might technically still be on the verge or might die.
Yeah.
But he's survived to this point because he literally had his arm snapped off of his body.
I'm going to ask Rachel. Rachel, let us know.
Rachel.
If you can become frozen enough where your fucking arm survives, like your arm can
not your arm, your body. It's your whole body.
I'm just saying, like if you are
have
alive
your arm,
long enough for your fucking frozen arm to be snapped off your body, let us know because I know Rachel knows.
Well, all I did was watch this episode twice and do research. I'm not the only person who's seen it twice.
Yeah, that's
true. What happens next to this episode? Per Danvers' instructions, the corpsicle, quote unquote, is relocated to an ice rink to ease the process of unfreezing.
Yes.
She and Peter debate on the discovery as
thawing.
Wait, what?
Thawing.
He said note to someone thawing.
Oh,
go ahead, continue.
She and Peter debate on the discovery as their clothes were carefully placed together near their corpses.
Yes.
They question many familiars of the scientists, all of whom describe them as very reserved and uncooperative with people in the outside. Clark was a particularly crazy ass dude who would walk around through town naked. Peter tells Danvers
town. None of them really went through town.
Yeah, that's right.
He would walk around the facility naked. And these are your
Yep.
co-workers. Like, okay, you walked around outside naked. Maybe you did some psychedelic, but you walk around at workplace.
But that is when a local saw him with a spiral marked on his chest as he walked through town. It's at least one point. And then Peter tells Danvers that a non-governmental organization funds Salal, and the investors.
But also, I feel like Rachel's calling bullshit on this.
No, she's saying she has no idea, but she's also.
Rachel says, so if he was like submerged in water and got frostbite, he could potentially get revived, but if bits of him have frozen solid, he's been in the cold way too long.
Yeah, and that's actually but that what she's saying has nothing to do with how long he could survive. The fact of the matter is,
because
just let me finish.
Frozen arm broke off.
Just relax. Because what the fact of the matter is, They've not been out there that long to be submerged to the neck in snow in the first place. So
Nigga,
the fact, no, listen,
this
just let me
isn't
finish.
to
Just let
the
me finish.
goddamn neck.
Exactly. So that tells you that something else is going on here completely. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, y'all ain't doing nothing but showing all the evidence to why I'm right. I just have to let Alex actually talk so that he can do all of this setup stuff, because we got to actually keep it on the rails. But the fact of the matter is that they have obviously not been out there long enough to be up to the snow in the neck. They've only been out there for a couple of days, as we have established by Liz, our main character. And we got to keep up with these motherfucking points, because if we do not, we are going to lose our last segment, which is Who Done It. Okay, so God damn it, pay attention. And God damn it, next week I got homework for y'all next week, because y'all ain't paying attention while you're watching. God damn it, I shouldn't have to carry this goddamn shit.
So anyway, Peter tells Danvers that non-governmental organizations funds Salal, and the investors point to a shell corporation named NC Global Strategies, which is owned by Tuttle United.
Tootle.
You guys remember the
Tuttle know who the
family?
Tuttles are, right?
Is it Jeff? So Jeff, you said you did watch season 1, right?
True. I'm on episode 5 of season 1. And guys, my bad. I watched episode 2 of season 4 of True Blood. I'm so sorry. No, I'm joking. I'm on episode 5 of season 1 of True Detective.
Okay.
This season was the first I ever watched of it.
Gotcha, man. Okay, so
Also,
I don't know if I want to say this.
You've seen the Tuttle so far. That's the senator or the governor or whatever.
Yeah. I figure he's the bad guy. Film Age.
This is actually a really good.
That's why they're coring ice, and what they do when you core the ice, it's you try and go as far down as possible so that you can see what was alive in that time frame, since they know how long it took for the ice to develop, which is super cool, but also potentially super dangerous. Because if they were to bring an organism that can survive the cold like that back to life, that we have no immunity against,
yes,
it could be a super virus or something.
That definitely
I think that
segues into Film Ages.
Yeah,
I feel like that's definitely can add credence to Bill's point, like of how he can survive. But that's probably the only way that they would have survived.
Well, it's not about
I saw this documentary. I saw this
Yeah.
documentary starring what's his name? Kurt Russell. And it was him and a bunch of people in an isolated snow area. And they ran into an organism that seemed to be making they were doing some really weird things.
I heard about this. I feel like it's a student film.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that thing that they were doing?
I think the thong.
And I don't know what that thing was.
No, it was the teen. It was the teen mom.
Yeah, it was a Jamaican student film.
The teen mom.
The teen.
I'll bet you Blake would be happy to do something like that if he's got time.
So they dropped that Peanut album with a bunch of different like videos and stuff, and then they went ahead and demonetized like all of my fucking videos talking about
That's nice.
So I don't know if I want that smoke. Because they got
just going back and getting like all of our reviews.
Hey, no, use
like
the fair use. You got to use
backlog.
the fair. You got to use the fair use.
I don't care.
Talk to our
They
lawyer.
just demonetized it. They're not getting that money back.
No. You get what you got during it's non-demonetized, and then you get what you get back. I mean, while it's not, I'll send you my. I'll send you that shit.
I do want to just like really quick, just like say this little history of the Tuttle family. I don't know if you want to plug your ears, Jeff. So you don't get any of this craziness. Okay, yeah. So the Tuttle family, the Tuttle family is a very powerful and influential dynasty that has ruled Louisiana for decades. The cult's motives and beliefs are unknown, but they seem to worship Carcosa and the Yellow King through human sacrifice involving the sexual torture of dozens of children, and they did so from roughly 1995 to 2012 before the events of the last season, or sorry, the last episode of the first season of True Detective. Now, Nine, you definitely watched the first season, right? I didn't read that for you. I should have asked.
I
Okay.
definitely did. I definitely did. It didn't say banger season of television.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best, like just single, like it could have just ended right after that season, like just standalone.
Yeah.
And I think it's literally one of the best seasons of television ever. But yeah, I've been having a hard time because I haven't gone back to like looking at all of that Yellow King stuff, but I know that for sure it is referenced in the first episode. It's like the beginning quote is something about the Yellow King.
The Yellow King.
The Yellow King.
He was big in the 90s. He had like 2 hits.
But what
he's light skinned. He's actually Drake. Drake is the Yellow
King. To figure out about this season of True Detective is that every officer and every person that works in this town actually works the night shift.
Well,
and yeah, that's what
back,
I've been able to figure out. That's what I've been able to figure out.
So,
have you guys had this issue at all? Like when watching the shows, like what fucking time of the day is it? When are they out and about? Because everyone is on the night shift.
Yeah.
Well,
we 9. Isn't it the 30 days of night time period in Alaska?
Yes.
No. But
that's his joke. That's what he's saying.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
It's not that good of a joke.
well, you do have little hints here and there, like when she barged into she barged into a classroom, so that was clearly during the day.
Yeah.
And then when
it's at least 12.
Girl was bringing back groceries. I was just like, okay, this should be after her shift, but I don't know what
after 5 in the afternoon, 7.
Well, when she's talking with her sister says, "Hey, you want to grab breakfast?"
There you go.
I mean, like, there's little hints here and there, but I mean, I don't know. I can.
Well, see, you eat the old dude and her was eating pancakes, but you can eat pancakes at any time. So.
The one thing
he was like,
know,
Haven, that could have been just like late at night.
That's what I'm saying. That could have been player moves. You know what I'm saying? That could have been a Prince move. Like I heard Prince get served pancakes.
I think that's actually a really cool element of the show. Is that they like. I'm having trouble just keeping track of where the darkness and the night and the day like goes by.
We know how long they've been in the ice.
How?
4 days.
How?
The opening of the episode when they show the guy stalking and everything in the corner, it says day four of no sun
night. Of night.
And day 4 of night. And the opening episode is the first day of night.
Yeah.
So maybe 3 days.
Look at you with that night math, Hank.
Fire!
There we go. But yeah, the whole time
we don't know how long they've been out there butt naked, frozen. That's what we don't know, because they clearly got naked after they got out because they wouldn't get as far as they are naked. They way out away from the actual space. You forget that a crazy lady had to find him in the middle of nowhere from a ghost.
She's not crazy. Ghost. She's a ghost whisperer.
She's a ghost whisperer.
And actually, let me just talk about her. I actually think that I have a theory that she's actually like a therapist or a psychiatrist who used to see Travis, but also used to sleep with Travis. Mm-hmm. Yeah, his Andor mama.
Oh yeah, I was shocked when she was just like, "Yeah, we sang a little bit." Fucked a little bit. I was like, damn.
Threw that out casually.
But she also said after that, because what's her name? The other detective. She said
Navarro.
Yeah, Navarro. She asked her like, "Well, what did he say? Did he say anything or something like that?" And she said, "Well, he didn't say much." And then she pointed out that he said so much here before. Mm-hmm. But this time he didn't say anything. And she didn't say like, she said it in a way like he said so much, not in the sense like he would never shut up when he came over here.
Right.
But in a sense like I never really talked and he always talked.
Mm-hmm. When he Do you think she still tries to fuck ghost him?
Ghost fuck him. She ghost
I mean,
fucks him.
look at this. Look at this.
She
thing
ghosted
is
him
spit.
a long time ago.
This thing is spit. Like, you wear fucking long johns.
So what do
And,
y'all
to
think
your
about
point-
the theory that? Oh, sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
No.
What's the
No,
point?
well, yeah, to your point, like
Ghost fucking,
about
yes.
just like this is like ghost fucking or like or hallucination fucking. He's way too.
There we go. What you thinking?
He is like, he looks pretty young to be like comparatively Russ's father. So I do think
Especially
that
with cell
this-
phones and all.
Yeah, yeah. So I do think that his like the image that we're seeing is just like not a real representation of like what he really looks like. This is what she remembers him as, like at a younger age. So like,
Yeah, and also Jodie Foster. No spoilers. I mean, spoilers from here on out. For the
We
next,
got a banner there.
I'm talking about for the rest of the series. Because we doing theories right now. Actually, this is a good time to switch to theories.
Really quick, quick meme. He's like, "Hey, look, you should subscribe to those guys." Who are you subscribing to? Oh, shit.
Those guys.
Oh, wow.
Those guys right
Oh my
there.
god. Wow.
Also,
I want to move
Thanks
on
for that, Travis.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut everybody off, but I do want to move on to this segment that we have. This is going to be the segment for the True Detective. Who done it?
Who?
You know what I'm
Done
saying?
it,
Let us know in
Need
the
a graphic
comments who
for
you
this.
think done it. Because at this point at this point in the first season, I do believe we had already seen most of the people who were involved in the scandal. It's not just one person. You know what I'm saying? We know that this little cult has existed for many years before the first season, right?
Mhm.
And then it apparently has continued many years after the first season. Jodie Foster let it out to be known that well, she
straight up said,
yeah, she basically said that. What? She basically said that Jodie Foster basically said that Matthew McConaughey will be in this season, making a guest appearance as he is one of the executive producers. So the question is, ooh, shit, who do y'all think is going to be the killer or associated as a killer? Which person do you think is involved? And if you got some like constellations that you can put together, you know what I'm saying? Let us know in the comments, you know what I mean? Wherever you are. And if you're listening to this, leave us somewhere in some other comments. I don't know, goddamn, just let us know.
Yeah, there's a lot of arcs to make there, since like they're planting these little Easter eggs with the first season. Actually I did notice in the first episode, the opening credits, that he was listed as a executive producer. I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just thought I just thought he was getting the bag.
So
like
here,
how
let me give you
Ricky Gervais is
thought he
like
was
the
out here
producer
getting
of
his
The
bread,
Office. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me be
Which
more. Let me
new
make it easy.
Superfan season out today?
Let me make this easy. Okay, so now is everybody here under the same impression as me that this could not be Rust's dad? Or do you think that Travis could still be Rust's dad, even though he's like 20 years younger than Matthew McConaughey?
I have not decided.
No one's decided.
I
Again,
don't
yeah.
think so. Well,
Again,
time is a flat circle. So
as we all know, as we've
Jonathan
learned from
Majors.
Monarch
Okay,
Legacy
Jonathan
of
Majors.
Monsters.
From what?
Y'all out here talking about
There it is.
Thanks,
Thanks,
talking
Alex.
about time like y'all Jonathan Majors in this motherfucker.
No, I like I said,
Maybe go
before,
Kang.
unless all the depictions we've seen of Travis in this show has been like of her memory of Travis, like before,
He had
like from
he had
years and years
leukemia,
ago.
man.
I'll say
I'm saying, like if all the things that we've seen are just like her images, like or her memories of him, like basically from years and years past. Because he even looks like he's fucking dressed like 1974. But
hold on. Hold on.
That's how they all dress in Alaska.
No. That doesn't
Actually,
make
that's a
any
good point.
sense. That doesn't make any sense. Let me tell you why. if she's having memories of him in his past, he couldn't be young enough to still have. She remembers him. She's old. That would only make sense if she was like young now, or if they had some kind of potion that I'm just saying, like, that doesn't make any sense. Time-wise, he could not be his father unless cell phones existed in the 70s, because that's when we get the first representation of if them
Bill
in the
agrees.
first season.
This is in this.
Right?
This is
80s or the
60s.
70s.
Yeah,
I can't remember, but yeah, it's before cell phones.
It was before cell phones when they first did it, and then they ended up in the first season.
I don't even think it was before cell phones.
No, the first season has two different timelines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, first season, the part of it does start with no cell phones. Then the second part of it does have cell phones.
Because I was getting the idea that it was like late 90s.
Yeah, but then also when we get to the second timeline of first season, Russ and what's his name are old. Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson are old at that point.
Right.
They're not old enough. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think that they were old enough to be nobody.
I feel like it was. I feel like Jeff would know. Like, is it a 10-year time skip? Have you gotten to any of the time skip stuff?
I'm at the point. Yes, I mean the entire time it's going back and forth. But I will say there are cell phones, because the scene where McConaughey, and this is the last episode I got to in that season, the scene where McConaughey is going after his old biker buddy. He has to walk Woody Harrelson through how to use the cell phone.
Okay.
Right.
Listen carefully. Green is answer. Red is hang up.
Yes,
so
but
they have them
in this series though, there's smartphones though. So that's two different. That's like 20 years difference though.
The first, all I do remember is that the first season ends in 2012, so that would have been like before, like, you know.
Yeah. So if the first timeline takes place in the 90s, that's still not a smartphone, which is what we saw in this season right here. So therefore, whatever we're dealing with is definitely still in the past. We are in the future or the present in this season, and I just don't see how a man who is about the same age as Rust would be right now, or older than Rust would be right now. How could that be his father? And that just doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, and
so Jodie Foster bangs Doctor Who, huh?
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't watch Doctor Who, so that wasn't weird for me, but I heard a lot of that, and I was like, I don't watch Doctor Who, so that's not weird for me.
I was honestly just like very impressed by Jodie Foster's arms in that scene.
60-year-old body.
She was snatched up, not gonna lie.
Y'all just want to get to Jodie Foster getting banged out. That's what y'all want to get to.
Honestly, I just kind of felt like we were going in a circle over and over. And I was like, let's break it out.
Yeah, like, how does this episode end?
Well, no. God damn it. Who done
We're
it?
still on the who done it part.
So. Y'all don't give a fuck who done it.
Okay, I guess we all need to make predictions.
Because I can just move on to the next segment then.
We should make early predictions. All right, Bill, who's your early prediction then?
I think it's I shouldn't go first because of how I feel about it. I think it's a cabal like it was in the first season. So I think that at least for sure there's a few minors who are involved. I think Annie's brother knows what happened to him. Happened to her. He's just not saying. Or he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he may know a couple of people who may have been involved type shit. But I think that the sheriff, the deputy sheriff? Henry? Hank? Whatever his name is. I think that dude has something to do with it. Or is like the gatekeeper of the cabal to make sure nothing...
No, that's
his dad. His dad.
Okay.
That dude's
the one he's getting played. He's getting played online.
He's
definitely got some type of Russian thing going.
Oh, that
on.
part,
right? Yeah,
he's paying some Indian man. Some Indian man got him all the way sewed up. Yeah,
you gonna play it?
Yeah, so yeah. That's what I think is going on, and so that's the first two people that I can point out. For sure, I guess three people because I was including the other minor guy who works there at I guess it's a mine. in the neighborhood, in the town. I was gonna say the neighborhood, right around the neighborhood. So yeah, that's mine. Who do y'all think? Whichever one of y'all wanted to go, I'm gonna lob it up.
I think it's Jodie Foster. No, I'm just joking.
Well, in the first episode, I thought that Jodie Foster might be a part of the cabal that's trying to keep it going. I mean, keep it quiet, because she was like not really wanting to fuck with the whole goddamn thing.
Right. No, I do think she's a great character because she is so unlikable, but I don't think that she is the villain.
But
or
she
she's
sure is fuckable.
Oh yeah, Jodie Foster is.
You said it, not me. But
Dr. Who said it.
But no, I do feel like
Dr. Whom now
it's probably gonna be just like a bunch of like the cops. I feel like it's gonna be like a conspiracy thing where it's gonna be a lot of people who are to blame. I really hope it's not gonna be like, and then Matthew McConaughey's the villain at the end or something stupid like that. But
no, I think Matthew McConaughey's coming in with all the Mystic Warrior stuff. You know, like, y'all think that this is practical, but
it's gonna be
I seen the light. Remember in the last episode of the first season? Oh shit! I don't want to ruin anything for Jeff. Last episode of the first season. Last episode of the first season, he sees a portal.
Oh yeah.
He sees a portal. So
I chalk that up to blood loss though.
Check that out. Blood loss. Yeah, well, not. But you know what?
Yeah, portal.
You know what? Matthew McConaughey wasn't the goddamn executive producer then, so he gonna take him to do whatever the fuck he want to do. And I believe the writers. You can come back, Jeff. You can come back, Jeff.
Jeff, come back. Jeff,
Baby, come back.
You can come back. You can come back, Jeff. See, look. I'm not gonna spoil anything else, but I do believe that the original creator of the show, gave up like control over the show, but is still getting executive producer rights as well. But they're letting
Mages coming too.
So that's why this is the first time that's happening throughout the series. So that's why I believe that that's why this is the first time we're getting a connection to stories in this series, because Matthew McConaughey is a big part of what's going on. And, you know, clearly it has to do with his family. I mean, you know, he's completely involved in trying to.
And you know, it's funny because, you know, we just got done talking about Echo and just like the supernatural aspect of that show and the mysticism and spirituality. I do like how this show does like sort of walk that line of just like spirituality, like what is a spirituality and supernatural, like what is real, what is not. It's one of the reasons I love Res Dogs so much, because it also does that.
Reservoir Dogs, for those who are not
reservation,
cool enough.
Reservation
Dogs, excuse me. For those
very different
war dogs.
Well, look, would you have known the difference if he just said Res Dogs? I mean, they could have been either one.
It sounded.
Yeah, it could have been.
I mean, Res Dogs could be reservoir or reservation, could it not?
I mean, considering we're talking about Native Americans, I kind of.
Maybe.
Bill May says, I think this has to do with the cult, and they're connected to the 1% from the sexy orgies of season 2. I'm going off.
You know what?
Y'all are making it very difficult.
No. Because
I'm finishing this season this week, man.
He's talking about.
Probably skip season 2 because Jesus fucking Christ.
I just need to finish season 1.
That's what Phil Mage. No. That's what Phil Mage is talking about. Season 2. He's saying that if season 2 is connected to this, he's out. Basically, that's basically what he's saying. Because season 2 is fucking garbage.
Yeah, not a lot of fans of season 2. I heard that season 3 connected a little bit to season 1, but but I feel like
actually I do believe it did, but there's skeptics out there who don't,
because he was hunting vampires. That makes sense.
Yeah, it took a weird turn where there was just a lot of
because he's Blade. I'm making a dumb joke.
No,
we caught on.
Blade and Steven Dorff in the same thing. Yeah, it's like it's great.
Phil Mage, how do you like season 2? Do you love season 2?
I love
season 2.
Season 2? Is that what somebody said out loud?
Yeah. That's one of the great things about art. You know, there's things. You know,
Art vibes?
there's nothing
No,
that everybody.
this
There's nothing that
isn't
everybody.
subjective.
Alex,
This is not subjective here.
Alex, I swear to God, I thought you were going to say that's one of the great things about art. You can be wrong.
I thought that was
yeah, exactly. You know, there's nothing that everybody loves, and there's nothing that everybody hates. You know,
I can believe that. I can believe that the funding for the facility came from 1%.
You know what?
Because
So
no one really knows who funds the Tesla
Right,
facility.
where the money comes from. For the,
in
well, we know that it comes from the Tuttles. The Tuttles?
Yeah, the Tuttle family.
We know that the
The
Tuttle
two
family is
Tuttles.
into everything. They say dude said it in this episode. They in the magazines, video games,
Right. Yeah.
military,
Comic
I don't know,
books.
pornography. You know what I'm saying? They in all that stuff.
They're trying to. We got their documents to prove.
Documents prove
Yeah, they
they're the
basically
ones
like they own everything that makes money.
Yeah.
It was like
They
palm
caused
oil,
9/11.
video
You
games.
You guys
Oh,
need a
9/11
drop
for
of
sure.
just Blake saying we've got the documents to prove it.
You are right. You are right. You are right. You are right.
That's what we
You
need.
are right.
Put that in.
Why are you telling people we're that lazy?
yeah,
I don't know
funny
why
joke.
you're explaining how
So
lazy
when-
we are. to everybody.
I'm gonna get to my whodunit. My whodunit.
Yes, who's done it?
I have a strong prediction that the climate protesters, or whoever's against the climate protesters, which is probably the facility, the 1%, or the people funding the whole project,
Well, the miners
are
in
also
general are against
right.
it.
The miners are, and we got a little bit of that. We know that like
Film age, who done
one
it?
of them are going to be able to you know, they're going to be willing to commit these crimes, right? And then also there was that little moment when she visited dude in his block or whatever, and she was like, you were okay with what happened to old girl, huh? You were okay with that, and you were okay
Didn't
with
even
that happened.
deny it.
Didn't even deny it. He did not. He was
deny
just like, fuck yeah, I was a bit okay with all of that shit.
I'm gonna tell you
So
why he
I
didn't
feel
deny it,
like
'cause he
And
wasn't
was
gonna
like,
lie.
I killed all those people.
yeah.
He didn't deny it because he wasn't gonna lie,
Mm.
but he didn't want to get knocked out in his own bed.
Dude, she would beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. So give her a fight scene, man.
Oh
No,
my
did we
god.
say
coming.
it's
That's
coming
coming.
next episode, I believe? But did we say last week that she is a professional boxer?
Yeah, she's a
We did.
He
professional.
is.
Okay, I don't know if
It's
I don't rewatch the episodes, and we drink while we're doing this.
that is true.
So
It is known.
it is known.
Uh,
This is
there,
the way.
there is like I feel like we're gonna get an episode like season 1 of True Detective, like that. Remember that one shot?
I'm waiting. I was just talking to Jeff about the one
Oh
shot.
yeah, best one
No,
shot.
you
in
watched it.
history.
You already
no,
watched
no,
it, Jeff.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
take you already watched that. One of the greatest moments of
the one shot,
television
Jeff.
history.
That
One of the
shit
greatest
was
moments of like
fire.
21st
I feel like
century.
we're giving. I feel like she was cast for that eventual scene that we're gonna get.
Oh
this
yeah.
Oh,
I hope they
yeah.
have a
Yeah.
great one shot of her just
Yeah,
fucking
because we
running
haven't
shit.
established in the show how Liz and Navarro broke up.
Right.
So
yeah, they're falling.
I
out.
think in the next episode we get that eventually, or maybe I'm wrong. It'll be in like episode
I mean,
3.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
remember, well, episode 3 is the next
I mean,
episode.
excuse me, episode 4.
Also, remember, we do have 10 episodes in this season, so
Yeah,
we got
10 episodes.
there is more time than like with a
Love it.
Marvel show, where even 8 episodes, 2
Yeah.
40-minute episodes is a lot longer.
Who done it though? God damn it!
I was very intrigued by the the line of questioning with old boy here when she was just like, all right, we need to start asking the right questions, right?
Yeah,
And the right questions. I thought it was very intriguing that he first brought up a polar bear, right? Because that's
And
been
Navarro
the
saw it.
iconography.
That's been a consistent thing throughout the last 2.
Yeah, very persistent iconography. So we need to kind of like to pay attention to that too, because if there is a
the polar
theme,
bear did it.
I'm saying the polar bear probably wrote the thing on his
polar
forehead.
bears, they seem sweet, but nah, they're fucking killing
Maybe
me.
even a sea lion. Who knows?
Dude, sea lions are fucking.
Y'all didn't know this is gonna be a Golden Compass crossover.
Little
Yeah,
known
yeah,
fact:
yeah.
this season is
Lin-Manuel
actually the
Miranda.
sequel to Tusk.
Jeff, who do you think? Do you have anybody that you specifically think?
Did you already do a whodunit?
So I did not. No. So first off, real quick, Nine, when you brought up that, like when she showed up at like his block or whatever, that was cool for me because there are towns in Alaska where literally the entire town lives in what looks like a hotel. Like it's just one stand, and it's so that was kind of cool. But I really want it to still be aliens, so I'm gonna say Doctor Who.
Okay.
Doctor Who,
But,
I think is also a part of the cabal, so I like
but
that.
I will say,
answer.
As a real answer though,
No,
Bill, he could be, but I still don't have enough evidence to decide yet.
Mike.
Yeah, that just put out all the. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh no, you're back. Yeah.
I think it
I
was
like the
music.
X-Files
So-
music.
No. So
He tried to cut him out because he was telling the truth.
You can't silence us.
with Doctor Who, he might be, but I don't have enough information to make an educated guess on that. I will say, Bill, earlier you brought up Hank Pryor. I think that one's way too obvious. I think it would make much more sense story-wise for his son to be a part of it.
Right. I
Try-
do
Your
feel
twist.
like that.
He's close to the investigation. His dad is such an obvious bad guy, so you wouldn't be thinking it.
I don't want to give this I don't want to give this big spoiler because it's going to spoil something for everyone actually sitting here. So I'm just
Then
gonna
don't
leave.
give it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it
myself.
No, shut
this
up.
is the Who.
Hey,
No, I know
Alex.
I know Alex doesn't want to
I don't
hear
want that.
spoilers, but you can get spoilers on Tuesday. Every
Tomorrow
Tuesday, Drunk Banthas, members only. If you have subscribed to the members, you can join. It's 99 cents, and I will
know
give
who you
all
are.
of the spoilers
Your
to
names
all
are
of the
green.
shows. I'll give you. Well, I'm talking about anybody else who wants to contribute and who can. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a struggle out there every day. So if those who can contribute, I'll be giving out spoilers. I'll be talking about random shit, and I'll be talking to y'all, and we can bring up conversations. But we do always basically have a regular podcast. Is Bill's bunch? Bill's drunk bunch?
I think you call it Drunk Banthas bunch.
It's the Drunk Banthas bunch.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But yeah, look.
and we don't
we give up all the good info on that show. That's what we do.
And Bill's blasted bunch.
Bill's blasted bunch. I don't get drunk for it, so I can make sure I'm on point. So
you're taking away our alliteration, man.
I just get drunk during it, not drunk for it.
And if you're not like a member, that's okay.
Yep.
But it's
okay to be
perfectly fine. It's perfect. It's normal to be a normie.
It's okay to be a normie.
I'll joke
Like
aside, we
being
appreciate
normal.
all of our subscribers.
Yeah, shout out to
Do you
everybody
guys have
watching right
any final thoughts on this episode before we get out of here? Like on like predictions on what's going to happen
Hold on,
next?
before you say that, if you've been watching this long, seriously, I see how many people it is. Just please give us a like. Just give us a like, because if you've been watching this long, that means you really like us, right?
Cool.
I mean, you like us enough to at least hit the like button.
I mean, I
see,
would be
Rachel
mad if
knows.
you
Rachel
hit
V
the like
knows.
button.
She's a member. Bantha Bunch. It's the Bantha Bunch. The Bantha Bunch.
But the
It's the story of the Bantha Bunch.
Oh man, we got to have like a sort of Brady Bunch.
Yeah, I'll get that going.
Oh God,
somebody's got to do
I'll get it going.
But before we get out of here, like, you guys have any like final thoughts on True Detective this episode? Like, what did you love? And
I'm sorry,
Bill's
I agree with
Bunch
Rachel.
sounds more like a porn name than a podcast. Maybe
Blitzed, yeah.
Blitz?
Maybe.
I think that I agree. Bill's Blasted
Good
Bunch
call, Rachel.
sounds more like a porn name.
That's
a podcast.
that's in the 7-year plan.
Yeah,
We're gonna graduate to porn. We got a long way to go.
Pornog. We say pornog so we don't get canceled. Well, we not canceled, but with the limited ads.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That what he just said. Yeah. Anybody? Last final thoughts on this episode? The things that you loved, things that you're looking forward to in the next episode.
Hold on, Morgan said. So the porn pod is on Wednesday, right?
Yeah. It's like right before church. Yeah. That's when.
Don't go to Wednesday service. Come on.
Y'all go to 6:30 mass or what?
Is that what they're calling?
That's when I go.
That would be. Look. Never mind. I'm just gonna.
Please don't say it.
Let's just keep it going.
Man, you know what? We already talked about this show enough. Like we all know how we felt about it.
Hey, anything that I was about to say, you gonna get it tomorrow on the podcast.
The only fan.
Jeff, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
Oh, we're not going to do last thoughts.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. I guess let's do.
Well, we gotta do last thoughts, and then we gotta vote on it.
Yeah,
great
I guess
episode.
Let's do it.
We need to vote on this episode.
Great episode. I'm still enjoying where it's going. Anytime. I'm really excited for that porn pod on Wednesday. It's.
I think after the porn pod talk, I was just like, let's get out of here.
It's not gonna get better.
Why, Alex?
I thought it was a good episode.
Let me see your goddamn hands, Jeff.
They're a little busy.
Every Wednesday, 8:00. Wednesday.
Good episode. Enjoyed it. I think they're building the story well. I think next episode we're probably going to get a little more of Jodie's background. I think that they've been slow rolling it, but showing her with the kid.
Her front ground.
Yeah, we did. But showing her with her kid, and then when her stepdaughter, I guess, was talking about her later and talking about her, and they showed her dancing and stuff. I think they're saying next episode is like they're gonna start. We're not gonna learn all of it, but we're gonna get more.
Yeah.
Feel you.
That's what a well-paced show would do.
What are your final thoughts on this episode?
It was a good episode to follow up, especially since we're getting 10 episodes, and we gotta have it paced out regularly, but they're also going to be leaving those little nuggets, I feel like that's what True Detective at least knows how to do, is building that whodunit factor. And then who knows, by next week we're gonna completely switch up whodunit, right, from our own opinions. But I feel as if my poll on Nerds at Night, if you're not watching on Nerds at Night, then go ahead and maybe switch over and vote. Is Jodie Foster still snatched?
That's too young of a term for me. What does that mean?
Snatched?
She's fine as fuck, basically.
Would you get it?
She's tight in all the right places.
You mean, would I still smash Jodie Foster? Is that what that means?
No, not you don't even. It's just.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what it means. I seriously don't know what it means. Is she still
not necessarily smashability? It's just like, is she still?
Can Jodie still get it?
She's tight.
Can she still get it?
Oh yeah.
Is that what that means? Nah,
pretty much.
Let me see here. Let me see what the actual.
Do not make fun of my ignorance. I do literally have no idea what we're talking about right now, and I need clarity.
I just wish I had the best.
I'm going to go to Urban Dictionary on this one.
Okay, that's what I
used
need
to
right
take
there.
the place of on fleek, perfect, on point, or fashionable. Your outfit is snatched. Your makeup is snatched, honey. They just hating because I'm always snatched.
So they just hate because I'm white.
Is Jodie Spencer still?
The question is, would I still smash? That's what it is.
Somebody says nah.
He says nah. Well, look, let me switch the question. Would you still smash Jodie Foster? Because snatch what you just said is a very vague.
That's how I got the stream going right now.
That's what you got going.
That's what I got going, and we already just got like a couple more votes.
Is she snatched? Let me know. Is she snatched?
Is she snatched?
I don't know what that means. It was very ambiguous type. That was very.
I don't know if this
is
helps
it
or
still
not.
bussing?
She's 61.
I mean, it looked like it to me. It looked like it to me.
Well, I mean, I feel like we already have the
Dolly Parton is snatched. So
Dolly can
Dolly Parton is still a bit snatched. Yeah.
You know what?
Because
we gotta get us. We gotta get us somebody who's
about,
going.
like, is she just like?
We gotta get somebody who
fucking flies. Fuck.
We gotta get somebody who will put the polls up while we're talking. Because I could do this all day. Because we should have started out with from the beginning is, would you smash Dolly Parton? That was that.
I was gonna say.
That
I was gonna. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hopefully, maybe StreamYard will add that feature.
That would be so much more helpful. I mean,
I can. Do you have any final thoughts on this episode?
My final thoughts, man.
Before we rate this, should we rate this episode?
Sure, I mean, we can.
My final thoughts. You know what my final thoughts were?
Next caller, me. I don't give up what you think, bitch. Y'all thought say my thoughts. Bitch, I'm straight from the survival scroll. Cut that bitch out. Next call.
Those are your thoughts.
All right.
That's it right there.
That was it.
What was your thoughts? Thoroughly enjoying the show. I love Issa Lopez, the new showrunner.
Lisa Lopez.
Issa Lopez. She's a showrunner for this season. She's doing a great job. And I love how the exposition of the story is coming out in little bits, and we don't know the whole picture, and just really makes you want to learn more rather than get bored of it. I think we've seen shows like Monarch who tried to do that and it failed. The Monarch.
Thank you.
Venture Brothers.
I think you're trying to say Go Team Venture, but I'll allow it.
Yeah. I said Venture
Go
Brothers.
Team Venture.
Oh man,
it looks so creepy.
Mecha Shiva.
Yeah, it doesn't look as impressive without like a big animation in the background.
Sure doesn't.
But no,
that probably makes no sense. For those who are just listening,
it makes sense.
We did the Venture Brothers peace sign together.
They V'd each other.
Oh, that's nice. I actually like
that. Help?
It's gross, but I like it.
It's too hot. It's too hot for Spotify. You got to go to YouTube to see.
Check it out on Wednesdays. Members only.
On the Only Fan.
The one and only.
But yeah, I really dig this show because, like, you know, Monarch did it terribly with trying to have slow exposition, and this show is doing it really, really well. Even by the second episode, you can tell that it's a really well crafted show, and I'm really excited to see where it goes forward. But
it's only it's farther, faster on this one, baby.
Yeah, man. All that Captain Marvel jazz. But Jeff, aka Hank Pryor, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Thanks for asking. You can Jeff Madel on Facebook, at Madel Jeff on Instagram. But it's always, you can always try and Skype me. Don Cheadle's Driveway at littledickie2.com. It's because of the hackers. Yeah.
No.
Or if you are in Austin this Thursday, my buddy's playing a show at the Hole in the Wall on West Campus.
Okay.
I'll see you over there.
That actually sounds disgusting. Mm-hmm. When people say the hole in the wall, I'm like, well, how big is the hole?
Wait, is that coming on Wednesday?
No, that's Thursday. It's the follow-up to Bill's OnlyFans. You can hear the soundtrack to it on Thursday.
It will be live.
Yeah.
Members only.
We're gonna start a new website called Fans Only for people who type in the wrong word on accident.
For all you dyslexic motherfuckers, Rachel, we're looking at you. I think you left.
We're missing out on the gold mine.
We gotta make it into that mine gold.
I want to do
All
so
right.
many accents and do so much shit, but I don't want to keep us here for another 15 minutes.
Yes,
Because I will make
we can go
so
down a
many.
hole.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Nine, where can people find you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you for asking me, my dear boy. Well, first,
Hey, Tom, I'm just
can I
being a
give
dick.
the results to these polls? So for the first poll, did you like Echo? Yes. Yeah, 35%. No. 24%. So the yeses have it on that one. Is
hey.
Foster still snatched? Yes, absolutely. Ew, no, she's old. Yes, absolutely has it with 80%. 20% says
Goddamn
no.
right we do.
So
Roll
he is
Tide!
still clutch. And thank you very much, Sean Smith. Oh wow, YouTube helping small creators out. This was top of my list. Just clicking live. That's what we want. That's what we want.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
I mean,
welcome.
I don't know
John.
where you're liking and subscribing from, but you better be liking and subscribing. If that's from the Drunk Banthas
Keep
or
up
from
with us,
Nerds
baby.
at Night.
And we're here every
feel
Monday.
like I am watching Double Toasted. They even got a token white dude. Holy shit.
We never thought about that.
I know my role. Y'all just ain't having some light skin.
Damn it.
We have a token white guy.
Yeah, he's our ace in the hole.
Hello.
Man, that's amazing.
Yes,
a
those
token
gummies were just candy.
But you
Thank
can
you so much. Thank you so much. Thank
you can
so
find
much.
me right here at Nerds at Night or at Night Nerd Yards. And listen. Nerds at Night. I feel like just last week we were asking you guys to make sure we can get to 300. This week we are asking you guys to get us to 400.
Yo.
Y'all have heard the call. Y'all keep on talking. I'm going to keep on saying this. You tell 5 friends, tell them to tell 5 friends. And, you won't be leaving no comments like this. You won't be like, oh, small creators. Yeah. I don't know who you call small now, but
Oh yeah, they'll be in the chat like
Yeah.
y'all will be in the chat like, oh man, day ones, y'all get out of here, you
day one.
you fucking clowns.
Shit.
You
Yeah.
fucking clowns.
So follow
Y'all
us,
don't have to
that's
be
at
like that because y'all, I
jabronis.
know y'all not gonna be like that because it's
You're not
nothing
gonna
but
be
love.
like
It's
that,
nothing
but
but
yeah,
love.
it's Nerds at Night and Drunk Banthas, and also Don Cheeto's driveway at littledickie.com.
Oh, man. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, but don't forget to like and subscribe so you get updates on new videos.
Stop.
Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Letterboxd, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little daredevils, and may the force be with you.
And also with you.